The country of Haiti is back in the news again after one of their top politicians, an Edgar Leblanc Fils, decided to drink from a pitcher during a speech to the UN. This led to the typical responses you normally get online. Some people saying, "What on earth is this guy doing? No wonder his country's in a mess." And on the counterpole, you had people saying, "How dare you laugh at this man, you evil racists? The only reason he's doing this is colonialism." Now, all of this does beg the question, why is Haiti the way that it is? It was once the jewel of the French Empire many years ago. However, it's really turned into something of a dump more recently, and a dangerous one at that. Now, the liberal establishment, that's the media, academia, the government, and big tech, would just simply say it's colonialism. You don't need to look any further beyond that. Now, to get a basic overview, here's a video from the left-wing Novara media. This basically outlines the global establishment perspective. For context, after they kicked out the French, this happened.
But in 1825, France returned to Haiti with warships, demanding compensation for lost property from slavery. Under military threat, Haiti agreed to pay 150 million francs to France, 6 times its annual budget. This was so unaffordable for Haiti that it took 122 years to pay off. Some of the repayments financed the construction of this iconic monument to liberty. By the late 1800s, 80% of Haiti's wealth went to foreign debt. As one scholar noted, by forcing Haiti to pay for its freedom, France essentially ensured that the Haitian people would continue to suffer the economic effects of slavery for generations to come. France took billions of dollars from Haiti, but has never offered reparations, and it omits much of this history from its school curriculums. The world's first nation born of a slave revolt became the only nation to pay compensation to its former slave masters. Once the wealthiest colony in the Americas, Haiti is now the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere.
Now, I would question the version of history here, given the Haitians just fought for their freedom but then gave in to an absolutely huge debt. But for the sake of argument, let's just let them have that one. But as you can see, the mainstream line seems to be that Haiti went from a jewel in the French Empire to one of the poorest countries in the world simply because of colonialism and the debt associated with it. The implication is, if the French just gave reparations and taught about Haiti in their schools, the situation would start to fix itself. Now, I'll openly admit I'm not the world's most historically literate person, but I am quite inquisitive. One thing I've noticed about situations like this is you're not really allowed to challenge the mainstream line, otherwise you'll be called racist, evil and stupid and so on. But to me, there is a big elephant in the room here. Many countries have been decimated in a post-colonial or post-war context. Take Germany, for instance, after World War II, or Japan after World War II, and the atomic bombs. Both of those, in a matter of decades, rose themselves to leading countries on the global stage. Further, as you can see here in this graph, many of these countries, including Haiti's neighbour, the Dominican Republic, have been able to grow their GDP quite significantly from the mid of the last century to now. Further, the New York Times states that Haiti's independence debt was paid off in 1947. That means the claim that Haiti's been crippled by a debt to France seems increasingly unbelievable as the decades roll on. And it's not like Haiti's been left completely in the lurch. The UN states that Haiti's been given over 20 billion over the last 60 years. They've also had their debts forgiven by several countries, one of them includes France, and they've also been given the most aid out of any country from the EU in Latin America and the Caribbean. So it seems that things may be more complicated than the globalist liberal narrative allows us to see. However, it also begs the question, if France did just repay 120 billion to Haiti, would that make the situation markedly better in 25 years' time? Personally, I'm not so sure. First of all, the country's already corrupt. Second of all, does it really help people just to give them fish instead of teaching them how to catch fish? Secondly, in life, if you're to make a concession like that, it's highly likely that the same people would come back cap in hand only a few years later stating, "We have other issues that need reimbursing." Yet the core of this issue is much bigger than France and Haiti. What's at the core of it is what are European peoples going to do with the constant accusation that every country that was once colonized struggles only because of colonization. Now, there's an undoubted truth that there were many ills and sins to do with colonization, but there was also another side to it. Look at the development of countries like America, Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, and so on. Yet when you're importing people en masse from the third world into the Western world and telling them that the reason that they struggle in life, their people have struggled in life, their countries have never got off the ground, is the West itself, that's not going to end well. If we continue down this road of luxury, belief, liberal ideology, we're going to destroy ourselves and the world around us. If we're going to have any healthy sort of a future, we need to start to look at the world as it is. That does include looking at our own sins of the past and restitution for those, but it also involves a broader context than the modern liberal ideology allows.
Haitians are revolutionaries. It's in our blood, it's in our DNA. All right? I made a video not long ago where I said you will never see a white man or woman call a Haitian person a nigger to their face because everybody around would fucking murder them. And when the police show up, no one knows what happened. And if you ever see that person live, it's because the Haitian people are going to follow him to his house or her house and end their bloodline right then and there. That's the energy that Haitian people be on.